The Study of Language, 4th edition by George Yule. So we are going through this entire book and going to cover the main points of the book. And this book is very informative and helpful for linguistic students as it has very basic knowledge of linguistics. So for the very basic information of linguistics, we are going through this book and we are going to cover very main points of it, and our objective is to get very basic knowledge about linguistics, as it will be very helpful for students who want to appear on an interview or want to take admission in different universities. So it will be very helpful in job interviews as well. So let's begin with the very first chapter, which is the origins of language, and it has different main points such as introduction, the divine source, the natural sound source, the social interaction source, the physical adaptation source, the tool making source, and the genetic source. So to begin with, I must say that this video just contains the information that is provided in this specific book, and I am going to cover the main points. So first point, we have introduction of the origin of language. So as George Yule has discussed this, that the sound actually existed many years ago, but the spoken language may have begun before 100,000 or 50,000 years, and the written language may have begun about 5,000 years before. So the next main point we have is the divine source, in which he indicates different references. So first reference is biblical reference, in which he says that the language has begun according to biblical reference from Adam. And the next reference is from Hinduism, that the language has begun with their goddess Saraswati. So another reference we have is from a Greek writer who highlights an Egyptian experiment by a pharaoh named as Psammetichus or Psamtik. The experiment was conducted 2500 years ago, in which two newborn babies were left with sheep and goats and a mute shepherd. So they uttered a word such as Bacchus, which means bread, and it's a word of Phrygian language which is used in modern Turkey. And he thought that this is the original language. Then another experiment was conducted by King James of Scotland, and the children started speaking Hebrew language, that confirmed his belief that the Hebrew language is the language of Eden. So the next main point, we have the natural sound sources, in which it is discussed that the language was initiated by human imitating the natural sounds around them, such as they're seeing the flying bird doing caw, so they imitated the sound, and similarly they are seeing another bird doing cuckoo, so they also imitated the sound. So this is also called vowel theory, and the words that are same to some sounds are called onomatopoeia. So next theory we have that language was based on emotions like emotions like ouch or yuck or wow. These sounds are when air is inhaled, whereas when we speak we exhale the air. So this was another theory. Next main point, we have the social interaction source. In this, the yee-hee-ha theory has been discussed, that when working together people make some sound to communicate, that when people started working in group they had to use some sounds to convey their message in groups. So they started grunts and groans for social interaction and to convey their message. Next we have the physical adaptation source, in which it is discussed that creatures having similar physical features may have similar speech sounds. Having similar structure, teeth, lips, mouth, larynx and pharynx may help in producing similar speech. So in which it is said that the human teeth are upright, not slanting outwards like apes. So human teeth helps to produce sounds like f or v, and lips help for producing sounds like p and b. And the human tongue is smaller and thicker and more muscular. The human larynx or voice box and pharynx is different to other primitives. So in larynx, head is more directly above the spinal column, and larynx drop towards the lower position, that creates a longer cavity called the pharynx. So whereas other creatures such as monkeys have different structure, so when they eat or drink or when they speak, they have connection between them, so they have more chance of dying with choking, whereas human has less chances of that. So the next point, we have the tool making source, in which it is said that about 2 million years ago humans were able to make stone tools, and they were able to use their brains. So the left hemisphere of our mind or of our brain is used for motor movement, which is used to produce complex vocalization which humans are able to produce, whereas animals cannot. So humans do produce complex vocalization and speech to convey their message. So the example from book is that human name the object first, such as bear, and then good, and they are able to convey their message. They have capacity to convey this message. Now 1,000 years ago, we have the capacity to convey our message, like on Saturday sitting on a couch watching a football match. One individual is saying that the beer is good. It is because of humans' brain that they have the capacity to speak, the capacity to produce a speech, which other primitives cannot. So the next main point we have is a genetic source, in which it is said that the human have capacity to speak language by birth. Human babies, they can breathe and drink out at the same time. Their larynx is much higher. With passage of time, it lowers, and the child starts walking and talking. Humans are born with the capacity of speaking a language. It is possible that the capacity of language is hardwired in human brains genetically. Even babies who are deaf, they can also use sign language. So probably they are genetically born with it, and it is not sure that when it began. And we will also talk about innate hypothesis, in which it is said that the humans are born with the language capacity by birth genetically, and only human have this quality or ability. So that are all main points that are covered in the first chapter, the origin of the language, by the book The Study of Language by George Yule.